folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. Today we're going to get down in here and I just did a check on Hive 9, so that's my plan today, is do 2 videos, shoot them down here if the bees will allow me. So if the Hive 9 goes okay and I don't create too much robbing, we're going to get into this next hives and I'll tell you why. So let's see, it's Hive 10, 11, and 12. So out in front of those 3 hives there that are next to the hive formerly known as Hive 13, which is now 99, that's its new name. To the left of that empty spot. Down there I shot a video, it's been 3 weeks ago I think. I saw little clumps of bees out on the ground and lots of activity on the ground. And it's the same day I saw the crawler bees in front of Hive 9. So what it was is there was some virgin queens down there on the ground being killed. So what that tells me is one of those 3 hives, because I think that's one of those 3 hives because it was out in front of those right there. One of those has superseded and requeened, and those were other queens that emerged and they chose their queen and they killed the other virgin queens. So that's what was going on. I was able to get one before they totally killed her, but the other one was too far gone. But you can't do anything with a virgin queen this time of year. You're not going to make a split in September. That would just be silly because she's not going to get out and get mated and come back. Odds of that are probably 5% or less. So anyway, so this video we're going to get in. I'm going to start, let's see, I'll probably start on the right and work my way left because they were more to the right hand side. So that'd be 12, 11, and 10. So let's start on 12 there, and because I think 12 may be where they came out of. Let's start on 12 and see if it's queen right, and see what we can find out. Okay, here's hives 10, 11, 12. So the queens that were getting balled up and killed, if I remember right, one was here and one was right in here. So probably one of these 2 hives. So I think I'm going to start on the middle one here. My intuition tells me it may have been that one. So that'll be hive number 11. So let's get in hive 11 and see what we find. So I'm going to use this nuke box to put my frame I pull out. I'm going to put it in there. So I'm using lots of smoke to deter the robbing. So since I'm kind of looking for a queen here, I'm going to try not to get smoke down in the hive body, but just keep it out here. Keep the robbers away. No queen on the lid. Let's do a weight check real quick. This hive's on the heavy side. Yeah, so this time of year you don't want to score any of this honey and get it to drip. That's bad news. That really attracts them. So this is all nectar right here, uncapped. So I'm sure that puts off a big aroma for the robbers. So let's get that covered up. Yeah, so this is all honey here. Won't be any queens out there. In fact, from the weight of this hive, this whole top's probably going to be honey. We may have a little bit of brood up here, but not much. Yeah, totally packed with honey. Man, these are bridged on the bottom. So as I pull these apart, I'm breaking apart honeycomb, exposing it. Yep. A little bit of pollen there on that side. We may get into some brood. If I've got a hive that needs some honey boost, I'm going to need to remember here number 11 is where I can come get some, because they've got more than enough. No brood still. So if this is completely full of honey, this box is going to weigh around 95 pounds. Looks like that's what we're getting into. I did go look at the records on these hives, and I had not been down into the hive body in some time. After I'd put the honey supers on them, that was the last time I'd been down in here. So these were queen right in the spring. Oh, this one here is not completely full. Yeah. Okay. We need to go in the bottom, which is not what I want to do. See all these robbers flying around here? So we got to move fast. Just want to cover this up. I do need to get these bees off here so I can scrape that. So this burr comb here has honey in it, so I got to get it away from here. I had a box down here I was using, but I used that box to put a queen in the other day, so it's not here anymore. So I'm just going to move it up there by my bee wagon. So I put a towel over it as well. I need my J-hook tool. I didn't see it over there. Instead of a J-hook, sometimes you can get on them like this and twist it. So that's a nectar frame. I'll put this in this nuke, and I'll use this inner cover to cover it up. Yeah, so that's how I got that frame protected. Here's capped brood. So we did have us a laying queen in here. I'm not seeing any eggs there. Man, they got propolis down there on the bottom. See that big old hunk? Okay, I see larvae and I see our queen. So we've got larvae in these cells here, uncapped and the capped. Here's our queen, marked blue. So she's a 2020 queen. And so we know this isn't the queen that got superseded. So we need to shut this up and get out of here. So when I put this in here, my queen was close to the edge. So I'm looking to make sure there's no bee in between these two frames when I shut it there. Because you don't want to take your queen out by a silly mistake on an inspection. So when you put the bottom of a hive on the top of another, they'll stick to each other. So this hive here doesn't weigh much, and I moved that whole thing when I tried to pick it up. See how I tilt that? So I got to break this seal here. Oh, now we got them all coming back out. Can't set it down on that. That'd kill a couple hundred bees just like that. So got to get them off of the edge. Oh man, that's heavy. Ugh. So I set this box on top of that other one that had that smoke, made these come out. So you just want to wiggle this lid around without putting pressure down. So if you bump a bee that's up on top, it'll give them a chance to crawl out of there before you set it down with all the weight. Not one crunch. So it's not this one, so it must be this one. That's assuming that those queens came from this area because they were in this area, which isn't always the case. That's my logic anyways. This hive's not near as strong as the one next door. A little bit of nectar here. Again, we got nectar, nectar. I think this hive might need to be fed a little bit. I'd say it's medium heavy. It's not heavy by any means, but it's not as bad as some that I've been feeding, that's for sure. Blank frame. I'm going to go ahead and put this to the outside. The reason I'm doing that's in winter you want all your honey close together so the bees don't have to travel far if it's really cold and they have to move in a cluster. This is all nectar stores. Getting quite a few bees flying around up here. We may have to call this one and just do the top. All nectar. No brood. Same thing on the last, it's all nectar. So let's get this closed off. This empty frame to the outside. Okay, we got that all blocked off, so that can't be robbed at all. We just have to worry about this one, getting through it quick. Looks like we only got about 6 frames of bees on this one. That's basically empty comb. Put this in the nuke. So got that frame over there in the nuke with the top cover over it. Hopefully we see laying queen here next couple of frames. Got pollen. So that's mostly pollen right there. And this side we've got some capped brood down here at the bottom. We got capped honey, capped brood in here. So we've got us a laying queen. And we have larvae. So based on this right here, I know I've got a queen right hive and that queen's laid within the last few days because we have uncapped larvae. Robbing is starting to pick up a little. I'd like to see if I can spot that queen and see if she's marked or not. Because if she's not marked, I'll know this is the one that queen came from, or those virgin queens came from. And I'm also looking for queen cups, emergency cups. Mostly capped. Got to move fast. Here she is, she's white marked queen. So this is not the supecedure hive. That's this year's queen. So you can see we got bees pretty stirred up between these two hives here. This is not near as heavy as that other one. Okay. So yeah, look at the frenzy that we've got going on here. A lot of these are robber bees that smell the honey that came out of these two hives. So this hive here is strong enough to defend itself. And this one is for the most part, but I'm going to reduce it down a little bit to help them out some. Actually, I'll use this one. That's too much, because they got to be able to keep cool. See how much fighting we got going on here. I think they've got it under control. The robbers aren't being allowed to light, looks like. That looks like that's being guarded okay as well. Yeah, so that's the way it goes, man. You got to get in and get out. I stayed longer than I'd like to have, and I had to go into the bottom of both of these. So I'm not even going to attempt to try this hive right here. There's too many bees in the air, and that is ill-advised. Actually, on this one, I probably should have shut it down after I was a couple frames in there, but I wanted to see that queen. We did spot her. She's marked white, so she's this year's queen. I need to go back and check my records on this. I thought I had been in these. Maybe it was just these two and not that one. But yeah, we still need to check this one right here and check it for its queen. So we didn't accomplish what we wanted to, but we do know these two are queen right, so we can make that record. And this one could stand to be fed a little bit. Once we get the other hives that are worse off than this one up to weight, we'll do some feeding on that. So here's an example of the robbing when it's going on. Anything that had a little bit of honey or the smell of honey, it just gets inundated with bees. So if I'd have had those frames sitting out on the side of the hive like I normally do on an inspection, they'd have been attacked like this, and you don't want to put a frame that's covered like this back into your hive. So that's why I had it putting them in the nuke box and covered those brood boxes up when I had it taken apart. Yeah, so this time of year, robbing, that's your biggest concern, especially if you're in a dearth like we are and haven't had rain for a month and a half. This is what you get. Bees that are just hypersensitive to the smell of honey, nectar, anything, comb. They just go berserk on you. So yeah, we would definitely not want to do any more inspections today, at least not in this area. So that's the end of the video. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.